From the first light of sunrise to the deep stillness of midnight, from the glowing lines that shape a horizon to the vast landscape that invite us to dream, the Linescape Tarot Time Edition is more than a deck. It's a journey through moments, a dance between shadow and light. In my hands today is Deckstiny's Time Edition masterpiece, which includes 7 shimmering time cards guiding us through the cycles of day and night, edged in holographic silver, kissed with glittering foil. But we won't stop there. Together we'll step back through time to the original, the new generation, and the evolution, tracing the transformation of art, colour, and meaning. This is not just an unboxing. It's a conversation between past and present, between the lines and the landscapes, between the hours and the heart. So join me and let's turn the first card. Help me ducks, welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. Simon here. Hope everybody's doing well. First thing I wanted to say was apologies, there's no cup of catch up in cards. I did let people know last week in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group and also on the community tab. I've got an event. So this is Friday and I'm recording it because I've got one that's going up tonight for tomorrow night, and I'll schedule it for the same time as CC&C would normally take place. Back to normal next week, but when I say normal, a special edition because it's the spotlight, the monthly spotlight. We've got some great decks, quite a few indie decks this time as well. So that'll be something to look forward to. I'm certainly looking forward to it anyway. But today, I'm here to show the Linescape Tarot Time Edition, and I'm really excited to see what the guys have done with this. It's by Deckstiny, and it's a special 2025 release. And I've got 3 others because I love Linescape. I'll explain why I love it so much as well in terms of its artwork, how it adds to readings, that sort of thing. But the idea of Linescape is that it's this really clean, light line art style with these beautiful, expansive, atmospheric landscapes. And just this edition, it's got some extra cards to bring in the time of day, which a lot of people bring timings into their readings, so that will be fun as well. So it's built on the idea of using lines to focus in and in contrast on landscapes to broaden perspectives. And this time edition builds on this by incorporating imagery and symbolism tied to different times of the day. And it really encourages us as readers to reflect on timings and cycles of events within readings. So let me tell you a little bit about the evolution of this deck. So I think I'm missing 1 because this is the 5th and I've got 3 others. But this was the first edition, and it's quite a small card stock actually when you compare it with their usual. As you can see here, it's a nice compact size, but it was right back in their early days. The first 2 editions came in tuck boxes, and this one had like white lines on it, but you get the idea of, I mean, look how beautiful the Empress is there with the wheat, and just gorgeous. Look at the Chariot, the Hermit. In fact, I'll leave that one out. I love this Hermit with the Northern Lights in the background. So that was the first edition. It came in this beautiful iridescent, pearlescent type silver gilding. Then we had the new generation, which made the cards a little bit bigger. Changed the backs. The backs were quite beautiful. Again, we've got this pearlescence, whereas we just had a design on the back of the smaller deck. And now we got silver foiling line work, and they all have the iridescence in it as well. They did change, subtly change some of the landscapes in the background compared to the first edition. So again, we'll take out the Hermit from that, but you can see from the Fool a very different background. The Fool is more on this edge of a precipice that we're used to seeing, whereas the Fool here was standing looking at this vista. Okay, so the Hermit card, subtle changes, but you can see that there are slight changes there. And then the next one that I got was the Evolution edition, which was interesting because, I mean, beautiful backs. See these really lovely backs. We then got their Deckstiny is quite famous now for these glittery metallic gilt edges. But we went back to the original Fool, but with metallic rather than the white line work. But then when we look at the Magician, it's different again. And the second version kept the same background in the Magician. So it really is not every card changed between the first and second edition. And then when they brought out the this one, which is Evolution, we do get a mix between both and some new. And these beautiful, again, metallic cold stamping, which was just gorgeous. I'll take out, I'm going to get confused as to where I am here. That belongs to that, that belongs to that. And we'll take out the Hermit on this one as well. So the Hermit card had a slight change. This was the original with the white lines, but each one changed slightly, although the same theme of a snow-covered landscape, the night sky with the northern lights behind. So I'm interested to see what the Time edition is going to bring. So we will take a look. In terms of packaging as well, the first two, as I mentioned, were, sorry, just not the camera, were tuck boxes, as you can see here. And then when Deckstiny used to do their sturdy 2-part boxes, the Evolution came in a 2-part box. Now they tend to be doing these clamshell type, I've already done that, boxes, which are really nice because this bit here, the tray on the inside, really protects the cards nicely, and it's got that lovely magnetic closure. Look at that. I mean, they're works of art, aren't they? They really are. And you'll see it's a metallic tray on all sides. On the inside of this box, we've got beautiful designs here, beautiful packaging. They really do, as I've said many times, do quality. So let's give some people like the physical details. So card size is 120 times 70. millimeters, that is. It's on 350 GSM, matte coated finish. Holographic silver glitter, which we have seen before on some one of the other decks. It's described as 3D foiling, which I get, particularly on a matte background, it really does stand out. And it has holographic silver on the backs as well, as you can see here. These are beautiful backs. This is my favourite back design so far on this deck. It has the clamshell rigid box. No book included because Deckstiny do RWS decks, so it's so easy to get an RWS book of meanings. The designers are Mate Horror Number, who is the author. That's who my contact at Deckstiny, and he works a lot with Singh Poonfat, who is the graphic design artist. The style is minimal. Oh, look at that. Minimal line work over layered coloured fields or ravines. And the images are framed by these beautiful landscapes, and they represent vast skies, horizons, celestial transitions. The vibe when I work with Linescape is it's such a calming deck. It's very meditative, it's expansive, and I'm hoping that with having this time edition, that will add different kind of mood shifts from bright daylight to deep night. So that will be fun. There are, I think, 7 additional cards. Yes, 7 special cards, which should represent, oh, it's completely different. Let's have a look. Where they'll be put in the times of the day. Will they be at the end? Ace of Pentacles. This is looking gorgeous. 9, 10. Okay, let's find. I'm going to bring the camera down and find these additional cards as well. I want to show them first. Okay, there's actually right on top, but because the Fool is there, I thought that's where we were starting. But I think there's an additional Fool, number 22. But we'll have a look. So we get the certificate. Even that's beautiful, or even their signatures are just gorgeous. This is the 5th edition, came out in January of this year. This is 749 of 1,000. A close-up look at the backs, which is gorgeous. Cardstock is lovely. As I said, matte finish, 350 GSM. And we get the title card, Linescape Tarot Time Edition. All right, so we have Fool number 22. Now this is very different to all the previous Fools. So, and they're numbered 0. So I do think we will see, but I think it's going to be a different Fool, because then we've got these additional cards here. We've got sunrise, and we get a cockerel up. And isn't that beautiful? Look at the sun, just gorgeous, and this cockerel. So we get sunrise. I can turn these over. Then we've got noon, where the sun is high in the sky. And we've got this motorbike rider. Sunset. We get these beautiful birds flying over the landscape. Then we get twilight, beautiful colours, look at that. We've got a crescent moon, all the purples. We get this couple dancing together. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh, we've got a witch on a broomstick for midnight. Love it. And then we have dawn, and we've got a couple of tents, a couple of campers. I mean, isn't this just beautiful? So this is the full card. Back to, I think it's original. Yeah, so this is the same as the second edition full. Same as the first full, but that was in white. And then, so that was the third edition. This is the second edition, which had a different design completely. Okay, am I getting these in the right order? So we will go through now and look at these cards. I mean, they're stunning. And I'm pleased they don't change them too much. It's nice that, you know, you get perhaps a different back, a different style in terms of how they're doing the line work. That's beautiful. Just look at that wheat. But a lot of, because their decks are always limited number, and people do miss out on them, it's nice to think that they can pick it up again. And even though this might be a time edition, that's additional cards that you can choose to use or not use. Look at the lovers. That seems a little bit different. Let's have a look at some of the previous lovers. Yeah, so in the last one it was pink. It was like a cherry blossom themed, as you can see. The one just before that, the second edition, again pink. So this could be, so some cards stay the same, some completely change. The line work itself always seems to stay the same, other than it being going from white. And look how large that white line is. And again, the idea of the Linescape is that you can put your pen down and just move around without taking it off. This is a continuous line. But I do like this. I think this is a beautiful image, beautiful landscape. Our chariot. Oh, I love the strength card. Look at them. So the hermit, that's the one I left out. So we'll have a look at the hermits. Similar, they're all very, very similar. I guess it's the closest to the previous one for this one. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at the clock at the top. Wheel of Fortune, all the seasons there look depicted. This is such a beautiful deck. It really is. And having the holographic foiling like that, look, for our death card. What a beautiful image. Really gives a luminous quality, especially when light hits the cards during a reading. Temperance. Look at the devil. Now that, I'm sure, has changed. I'm sorry to keep switching between, but I did say in the intro that that would be a feature of this. So here's the original devil, just peeking behind the trees there with the white line work. The second, because I'm loving this version, I love the brown sky. Second edition. Now it could have gone to this for the third. a lot of the cards are similar, although this is thicker, look. Yeah, I mean, it's hardly noticeable, but the line work is thinner than here. There's more silver in, but it's quite minimal. Yeah, and the reason I love this deck so much is because it's grounded in Rider-Waite-Smith structure, but it's stripped back, and we've got this modern art, and I just think it works really well. Look at the tower, really well for intuitive reading, particularly if you respond well to colour and atmosphere. There's Nessie, Loch Ness. And those who enjoy adding time in or seasonal aspects to interpretations, I think will really enjoy this. Look at the sun card. Oh, she's getting up out of bed, that morning stretch, embracing the day. And I think collectors who appreciate artistic foiling, because there are a lot that love this sort of. I also like Spirit of Place that they do, where it's less obvious you have to move the card for the image to appear. That's a beautiful one as well. So I'll go a little bit more quicker through the minors. He's on a journal, look, he's got his case. We're in our wands, of course. Five of Wands there. They're fighting, they're scrapping. And I think this will really shine in spreads about life cycles, or if you're planning something, long-term growth, where the extra cards in particular can act as time markers, for want of a better phrase. Interesting that there's two Fools as well, so you could use one of the Fools as a significator card. It's probably how I would, because I love my significators. That's a traditional one I've seen in a few other copies. Little cat. Love this one. Little girl with her bear, look, for the Five of Cups. I mean, how adorable. The hand of a parent and a child. Hope they're coming out okay on camera. I also love this Seven of Cups. Look at the colours in the background. And the same colours reflect through the metallic. Oh, it's beautiful. The family in the Ten of Cups. Our page. The Queen, heavy-bellied and pregnant. Child on the shoulders of Dad. And then we have our Ace of Swords. Three. Wow, look at that. Love that. Again, do you see the line? How it's meant to, you know, the pen not leave the paper. I used to do that when I was at school. The ball and chain of the Eight of Swords, look, around this tree. This is a beautiful image. I mean, can we just stop and appreciate that? Oh. Another gorgeous one, the King of Swords. Look at the wings. And then we go into our Ursuit, the Pentacles, just walking a tightrope. Ballerina. The cogs. Oh, look at that. That's a change. I love this. you can see them. Price the Redeemer there. The jigsaw pieces. Look at her. Reading a book in the meadow. It's very calming, very relaxing. Little bear in the cub working with this deck. Thanks for your support. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck. So that's Linescape Tarot Time Edition. There is an extra fool and then the different times of the day, which again, you know, you can bring into your readings. But as always, a stunning deck from the guys over at Deckstiny. Check them out in the description below. If you have any versions of this, you might even have this one because it's been out since January. Let me know how you incorporate the time cards. I'd be particularly interested in hearing that. And if you've got any older decks, how do you work with this deck? What sort of readings do you do? As I said, mine really is when I want that calm, meditative experience with the cards, just to I don't know, it brings me down, it grounds me, because it's so earthy, because we're looking at landscapes, right? It's just beautiful and calming, so I get some lovely readings from it. All right, thanks for watching everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.